What the hell? First Kirito got poisoned and now kidnapped too. Eren just says, join the club, buddy. So what's up guys, Foxen here. And welcome to the Ocean Turtle, which sounded better in Japanese. Anyway, let's go ahead and get started with this week's breakdown. SAO Alicization Episode 5. By the way, I will be talking about some changes coming to SAO videos later here. At the start of this episode, you saw the Laughing Coffin attack. So yes, SAO Alicization is going to have a lot more callbacks to the original SAO and Laughing Coffin. I was really wondering whether they would completely use new animation for these older SAO flashbacks, or just reuse some footage. Now you saw what they did, which seems to be a mixture of both. The start of it was footage from Season 2, plus a small chunk of new animation. I'm personally hoping they do animate some new older scenes. Anyway, for the rest of this episode, you're back in real life with Asuna and Suguha. So yes, the big mystery and fate of what happened to Kirito got revealed in the anime. I've seen so many of you that thought that Kirito got saved just like in Season 2, but unfortunately this time he wasn't so lucky. Kirito did in fact get injected with that lethal poison crap. Worse is that Kirito may never even wake up. His heart stopped for 5 minutes, and no oxygen for that time. And hopefully you have no experience with this, but that's definitely no joke. I've actually had a family member who's gone through something similar. Although due to an illness, instead of getting assaulted, no oxygen for a good while, you're looking at long-term brain damage. Once again, no joke. Anyway, as for Kiko coming in here, seeing Kiko appear here in the anime was super surprising. I almost yelled out, what the hell, like at 5 AM in the morning, and I'll get to why in a little bit. Although for the anime, it seems like they were just making it super obvious with the Rath guy appearing. Oh, Kirito, you got hurt. Only we at Rath got the technology to heal him. We could make him better, repair him. Next up, you have Asuna telling all the girls in VR. Notably, Kirito's best buddy Klein wasn't there. But don't feel bad, Klein is not a main character yet. More importantly was the fact that Asuna and his family got denied access into the freaking hospital. Not that it really mattered since Kirito never got actually admitted into it. Can you just say shady as hell? Right after Kiku not only appeared, but gave them the suggestion to move Kirito. And then, freaking hell yes, Yui returns. I'm telling you, I've been missing this adorable little fairy. Anyway, as for them trying to track down Kirito, thankfully Asuna has been tracking Kirito's ass. For more reasons than one. Asuna won't let them have Kirito for themselves. As for the car ride, by the way, did you notice the Yuna song 9 minutes into the episode? Freaking loving this type of juicy SAO fan service. Although with the SAO movie selling over 100,000 copies, no surprise at all. Still wondering if Yuna's gonna get a cameo, and I'm not counting the opening showing by the way. And holy crap, maybe they are making Klein into a main character. I wasn't too surprised seeing him in the first episode. I'm actually more surprised to see Klein's ass that has a freaking car. I do wonder where he lives. Most people living here in Tokyo, Japan don't own a freaking car. Hell, they don't even have a license. Next up, Asuna and the other two at the warehouse. Oh yes, even more sweet SAO love. The Agma device is back. I'm definitely enjoying all these little callbacks to the movie. It makes sense for it not to just disappear. Now this just makes it super easy to interact with Yui in real life. But getting back to the actual Kirito situation, it turned out that his ass might have been shipped overseas by Amazon Rath. And then another SAO movie callback. The obvious one here of course being Asuna's promise ring. But let's not forget about that apple necklace. You may remember it from the movie. And it's funny because I somehow still see some of you worrying about Alice replacing Asuna. And to be honest, I don't know why the hell. If this is you, I highly suggest reading the novels. If anything, listen to Yui's speech she just gave Asuna. Now it's Asuna's turn to rescue and help out Kirito. Ah yes, their positions have been reversed from the time that she got trapped in Elfin Online. Next up, let's talk about the new lady, Rinko, the one who not only took care of Kayaba, but was also part of Shigemuda's lab. And yes, the professor from the SAO movie. You got everyone here, the professor, Kayaba, the Eiho Sugo, Rinko, and Higa. But back to Rinko. Yes, Rinko was Kayaba's lover. They even did have a bunch of sexy fun time together. Although it seems like Kayaba had a thirst and love for some distant, faraway castle. I could only imagine how annoyed that Rinko got. But more importantly is the return of Kayaba, the great SAO creator, which is the guy that was responsible for about 4,000 people dying. Although just knowing Kayaba, he wouldn't take any blame for it. So far I've been itching to make a video on Kayaba. Hopefully now soon I'll be able to. Next up, the Ocean Turtle's grand reveal. And yes, they call it a turtle, so this pyramid structure is taking the place of the shell, I'm guessing. To be honest, I don't recall if they actually showed an image of this in the light novel. This whole base doesn't actually include a head of a turtle or pig, so I'm not sure what they're going on about. It actually looks like some advanced oil facility. By the way, let me just quickly mention, one change I wasn't a fan of was the blonde lady here mentioning Rath. Definitely let me know if you notice, but I really think they should have waited to reveal her being Asuna to the audience. And now yes, the blonde lady, it was Asuna all along. Turns out that Asuna knows perfect English, no accent. Never knew. So Asuna is turning out to be Agent 007.5. And by the way, that description of the flawless English was from the novel. And let me just say, Asuna is supposed to be impersonating this actual blonde lady. That guard should have known something was off as soon as he saw her eyes. Although, let me be fair, I guess they did throw in the line about the guard noticing something, but then the scan didn't show any issues. Thanks, Yui. And yes, for the ending, they caught Kiku red-handed with his pants down. Don't frack with fricking Asuna. Mama Bear is super pissed off. Definitely don't stand in the way between Asuna and her Kirito. She's like a minute from shanking his ass. Next up, let me actually talk about the SAO video changes. So starting now, I'm going to be combining the light novel changes and cuts into this video. Naturally, it's not going to be anywhere as detailed, and I'll get into the reasons why at the end of this video. So first change here, unfortunately no ambulance scene for Kirito. I really thought they would flash back to it, but so far they haven't. And honestly, I'm pretty disappointed with this cut. More so cause you had this really important Asuna scene. You saw Asuna that was in deep total shock as it happened. She thought, Kirito, it's a lie, right? You're not gonna leave me, right? Didn't you say we'd be together forever? Then Asuna saw Kirito's heart rate stop pulsing on her phone. I'm still holding out hope that they'll flash back to it. This was a super strong moment, and it even got put into the manga version. Like I said, so far I'm not happy with this change. It almost seems like the severity of Kirito's situation is being played down, or just not getting enough focus in the anime. Even Asuna's horrible mental state weren't given enough detail in the anime so far. Asuna in the novel was a total wreck. She almost wasn't able to sleep at all in the past 2 to 3 days since Kirito got attacked. Next up, let's talk about Mr. Kiku. A major change with this guy appearing in person. I almost screamed out at 5 AM when I saw him. Originally, you wouldn't have seen Kiku until Asuna met him on the ocean turtle. Hell, Asuna couldn't even get a hold of this bastard. For the anime, now you have Kiku talking to all of them. Oh yeah, I'm gonna take Kirito to this place that only I could cure him. Oh, did I say that? I never said it would be at a hospital. Next up, Asuna telling the girls about Kirito's situation. One of the biggest change here is that Silica and Liz are now invited. Asuna originally didn't tell these two until much later. Hell, they didn't originally appear until the finale of this arc. I do have to say though, I'm actually happy with the change, especially with the addition of them in the ordinal scale movie. It only seems right to tell them earlier. It also makes a great addition for further marketing promotion. I'm thinking new SAO figures. Anyway, as for a different change, the girls actually spent a good amount of time reaching the point that Rath may be involved in the novel. I'm actually glad they simplified it a bit, although perhaps it was too obvious when Kiku showed up. Next up, let me actually talk about stuff that they just cut out completely. So the girls were wondering why exactly someone would even want Kirito. To them, Kirito was just a normal high school kid, one sweet enough to often buy them lunch. The reason for kidnapping Kirito could be due to his swordsmanship. Kirito has his amazing reaction speed, the ability to adapt to a system, and his survivability. In other words, all stuff related to VR. Here, they brought up the possibility of it being a grudge. Could Sugo somehow be involved? Asuna then mentioned that that creep was fortunately still in jail. So far, all bail attempts were rejected for his slimy ass, especially when they found out he was trying to escape to the US. Yeah, keep his ass out. As for Yui here, they also cut out a good chunk of discussion on AI. Asuna reached the conclusion that Rath may not be working on the new VR game, but instead artificial intelligence based on the acronym ALICE. They then asked Yui about AI and whether she was considered one. And yes, this is a very important detail for the Alicization story, so I'm thinking they're gonna touch on this somehow later on. Anyway, here was when Yui brought up the discussion about the top-down and bottom-up AI. Here's to oversimplifying it. Yui herself is considered top-down AI, which is pretty much the super advanced Alexa or Siri. A very sad Yui then explained how she was not true AI at all. She would just listen to question A, then research her database to reply with response B. On the other hand, bottom-up AI would have a brain structure similar to that of a human. So, true artificial intelligence. Next up, you have Asuna and the guys checking out the areas. They actually added Sinon, Liz, and Silica checking out the Roppongi Hill location. And yeah, they definitely took the subway there. I'm actually glad to see the addition for this stuff since it'll help for stuff coming later in the novel. If you want to know the spoiler, post down below. And then a lot of their talk about Rath and the Soul Translator then got moved to the three talking about it in the car right there, along with the other three checking out the various areas. This is actually another change I'm glad to see since originally it was only Asuna. So far they got not only Klein, Silica, and Liz more involved, but also Kirito's sister Suguha with trying to locate him. Originally it was only Asuna flying solo after their solo meeting in VR. The only thing lacking so far was Asuna's thoughts on this whole situation. I'm still holding out hope that some of this will be brought up later, and that they're doing a lot of these changes just to prevent repeating information twice or more times. That happened a lot in the novel. Anyway, next up, Kirito meeting up with Rinko. So this flashback got moved up a bit. You do get to find out more about Rinko later on. This involves the whole Rath project, her connection to Kayaba, and especially Kayaba's work during her stay on the Ocean Turtle. Anyway, those are all the cuts and changes so far, and you might be wondering why they changed from the standalone video. To be honest, there's a lot of reasons and not a single one thing. Unfortunately right now, there seems to be not enough interest. Definitely not enough for the hours it takes to put all the notes together. I am getting the sense that a good chunk of SAO fans don't even know that SAO Season 3 is currently airing. Either way, I didn't want to kill off the series, so I'm combining it with the main review for now. Although I do have a feeling it may come back later. With this change, now I'll have time to get to other SAO related videos that I've really been wanting to make but just didn't have the time. But anyway, more important, let me hear from you now. Question of the day. How much did you like this Kirito-less episode? Are you glad they finally revealed what's going on in the real world? Was anyone else missing Asuna too? And how about the adorable Yui? So far, which SAO movie callback do you think was the best? Anyway, if you enjoyed this video, definitely smash that thumbs up and subscribe. If you're new to the channel, this is a weekly SAO breakdown series. This includes other juicy SAO videos every week. By the way, the last changes video for episode 4 is now up. Final one for now anyway. Don't forget weekly Attack on Titan videos too. So hit the notification, subscribe, and I'll see you guys later.